this whole celebrity idea is eroding. The whole fame idea is eroding. That shit was sold to us, y'all. You got people out here that are human, that are acting every day of their life. They're not even real. They just on NPC shit. Every day they acting. They don't even know the world is a stage, dog. And it's a lot of terrible actors. It's a lot of terrible actors out here. The world is a stage. There's a lot of terrible fucking actors, dog.
Hey, Shalom, brother. Shalom. This is Brother Howard of GMS Toronto, coming back with another one. Want to start off this lesson by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kwadash. And yeah, celebrities are used to normalize the values of the society, right? That's how they came up with that term. When in Rome, do as the Romans. Well, we're here. We're in Rome again, right? And Rome has a certain way of behaving, a certain way of thinking, a certain way of acting, and that's why you're going to see it in the form of your children, right? Your woman, right? And even yourself. Okay, that's how these elites. That's how they legitimize their power. Okay, they also use these celebrities to what is it called, to redirect attention from something that's important. Okay, that's why nowadays in modern times these celebrities they they talk about foolishness, right? You have social media where people are talking about everything other than what's going on or actually going on in the world, right? It's all a big distraction. And the number one thing that these celebrities are going to be used for, even this man, that's why he has the X on his hat. Okay, very telling, but we won't go into that. It's going to be to manufacture consent. Consent into what? Consent into whatever that the elites need you to consent to. It's going to be for the MOTB. The same way that 5 years ago in 2020, when the elites wanted everybody to take something in their body, right? Mysterious substance. You people all consented because why? The celebrities were doing it, right? All the different celebrities. This guy, I think he refused it, right? This guy, Kyrie Irving, he refused the snake bite. But that doesn't mean that he's not a part of the establishment. They're going to have the opposition as well, right? Paid oppositions or controlled oppositions, right? And this man, he is a controlled op. How do we know he's a controlled op? Because he's a part of the system. Just look at his beliefs, right? Look at his imagery. Look who he was trained up under. Okay, I did a video with this guy, Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie Irving, he is definitely a part of the system. He's a part of the establishment. Okay, and bottom line, in like when you link it to the ancient cultures, right? Celebrities were just state assets, and this guy, he's an asset of who? Of Nike. I think it's Nike. Okay, he's also an asset of the NBA. Right? He's not an independent thinker. Okay, he might portray himself as an independent thinker, but he's not. If he goes out of bounds, if he goes out of line, then they will quickly remind him who's boss, just like they did for who? For Kanye West. Kanye West and Nick Cannon, they start speaking freely. And what did they find out? They found out quickly that they're not independent. Okay, and it doesn't matter even if you're a quote unquote king like Donald Trump, right? Trump is also controlled, or warriors, right? Because they like to use warriors as well, these different figures, war heroes and stuff like that, turn them into like, celebrities, athletes, even a priest, right? Or an artist, right? Fame is always cultivated. It's not just something that just happens by happenstance. No, they use it to shape the psychology of the masses. Okay, they also use it to justify their authority, right, or to reinforce hierarchy. Right. That's why these celebrities, you always see them link up with each other, right? That's how they reinforce that, hey, this person is okay, right? You go through gatekeepers. Diddy was a gatekeeper, right? You could not get signed unless you were okayed or verified by Diddy. And what's the verification process? The verification process is ritualistic, whether it's ritualistic sacrifice, right? Family member, right? A child, a parent, okay? It's also sexual, right? Sexual rituals that you men and women have to, and children, right? Because you have child celebrities that have to be performed, which is what they know as the casting couch. And we all know what happens on the casting couch, and it's not anything nice. You people have to bend over or you have to open wide, right? This is the filth that happens, man, right? Jeffrey Epstein is not new. Oprah's brethren, the next guy, the guy who owned Warner Brothers, damn, shit, I can't remember his name. I think he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein as well, right? This shit is all connected, man. All of it. Now, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9, and it reads, "The thing that hath been, it is the thing which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun," right? That's why we link up the ancient cultures with the modern culture. And the reason why you have to do that is because there is nothing new under the sun, right? Especially when you're coming to like psychology, when you're coming into like beliefs, because the beliefs that people hold today is nothing new. Okay. Now this is Matthew 24, verse 37, and it reads, "But as in the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." So just to let you know that this world is very cyclical, right? It repeats itself. So what's happening today, you can basically tie it in to the past as well, right? And just like these celebrities of the past, right, kings and rulers were manufactured, right? They weren't manufactured, but they manufactured celebrities, I should say. That's the same way that these celebrities of today are manufactured as well. So what this guy is saying, Kyrie Irving, is true. Very, very true.
This whole celebrity idea is eroding. The whole fame idea is eroding.
Yeah, because you celebrities were given legitimacy because of what you were going to be used for. You celebrities are going to become less legitimate because the majority of you celebrities are also going to get thrown under the bus, right? The scriptures goes into rich or poor, small or great. You all are going to have to take the MOTB, and then you're going to find out your place. Then you're going to be like, damn, I did all of this for no reason, right? Well, you were used for a reason, but you yourself, you are worthless. Okay? You were used as a sacred image, right? Right? To make a ritual real, right? You were just used as a visibility or a myth. Okay? That's what you celebrities were used for. You were used to gain attention, and then you, through mass indoctrination, could be used to influence people. And that's all celebrities are used for, right? That's why I forgot what that white lady said to LeBron, but she's just like, "Oh, shut up and dribble." Right? Nobody wants to hear your opinion. Right? The majority of you celebrities, you think you have opinions, you have none. You are just used for whatever influence that the elites need you for. So if that's to push one of their new sneakers or their new jerseys, and you can make it seem like, "Hey, I'm coming out with a new sneaker." No, you're not. The corporation is. The elites are. You're just the face of that, right? If it's a new alcohol like Diddy, right, like Ciroc or like Belaire, right? You can be used, and we could show power in you to where it's just like, oh, look, he made it. That means I can make it too. No, these celebrities are all being used. They're all being used to promote what? A certain brand, a certain lifestyle, a certain way of thinking, a certain belief. Okay? That's all they're used for. They're going to be used to tell you people to all take the MOTB. Every single one of you celebrities are going to tell the world, yes, the MOTB is the greatest thing that's ever happened. Right? You're going to promote it. You're going to brand it to where it's cool, or it's in, right? Or it's fashionable. It's going to be the new wave. Okay, so that's why your authority was legitimized, so you can legitimize whatever the elites are going to push to you. Okay, that's all it is. All right.
That shit was sold to us, y'all. You got people out here that are human, that are acting every day.
Yeah, because it's for control, right? It's for a narrative, right? When you control the narrative, right? You control the talking points. Then everybody else, you make them seem crazy. Okay.
They're like, they're not even real. They just
Of course, they're not real. Their whole life is cultivated. Everything, their family, the smiles, the everything, everything about them is cultivated. Right? Just like Britney Spears, just like Justin Timberlake, just like Nick Cannon, just like Kanye West. These people have all been cultivated. Everything that you think is real is actually not real. Right? A lot of those people, the majority of them, they went through child trauma. That's actually what they went through. Michael Jackson went through child trauma by the way of Peter Pan programming. Right? Justin Timberlake, he went through Disney programming, which is child trauma. These kids went through child ritualistic sexual abuse, or SA. This is what these kids went through to make it to where they are, right? To push a certain agenda upon the masses of people, thinking, behavior, right? That's why we think the way we think today, modernly, okay? All you got to do is listen to their music, or watch their TV shows, or watch their movies. The agenda is in that, or in their behavior, their wild and careless behavior. And then you wonder why we as kids, we were wild and we were careless, because it was pushed on us. It was the agenda, right? That's why a lot of these celebrities, the type of TV shows that they made was where they were children in schools, right? And then they showed us how to think. They showed us how to behave. Okay, like Saved by the Bell. A lot of these kids, they promoted themselves as rebellious. They were rebellious kids. Okay, or bad kids, or class clowns. Okay, that's how they portrayed themselves. And that was portrayed to who? The masses of people. Now, this is 2 Corinthians 2:11, and it reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, which he did, right? We all were used, right, and abused in this society, right? Even if it's just by being programmed through these different TV shows, movies, right? They did get an advantage over us, right? But now, now that we are awakened to this truth, right, we are no longer ignorant of his devices, right? That's why we make these videos, right? We make these videos so we can enlighten brothers, enlighten sisters on what to look out for. Okay?
On NPC shit. Every day they acting. They don't even know the world is a stage, dog. And there's a lot of terrible actors.
Yeah, the world is a stage. Everything. Social media, these movies, TV shows. Not that life is not real. Life is real. Life is happening. None of this is a game. None of this is a joke. Right? If you go outside and you get hit by a car, you will be injured, or you will be deleted. Right? Life is real. But what we see on TV is cultivated through everything, through these different programmings, through these different TV programmings and movie programmings. You are being programmed mentally on what to think, right? Whether you believe it or not, right? When you go to the stores to buy clothes, that's all cultivated, right? It's all cultivated, right? What you think, oh yeah, I have my own style, I have my own image. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's all cultivated. All of it. Even if you shop from Gucci or Louis or Zara, it doesn't matter. It's all cultivated, and these are things that the elites use to push their agenda, and that's all that's being pushed upon us as a people, right? The way to think, the way to act, the way to dress, and it's all leading to what? To the MOTB. That's what it all comes. That's what it all boils down to. All boils down to where? The MOTB. That's what's getting ready to happen. Right? So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and elder apostles of GMS that rule well and that teach well. And to the brothers on the four corners of the earth doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.